wrote a book on how to buy a small business. The reason why I wrote that book is because I have bought, sold, owned, and operated more small businesses than anybody you will meet. Now, someday that might change, and you might meet somebody that has bought and sold more than me. But as of right now, I'm comfortable making that statement in this room. What I want you to feel comfortable doing is, if you've got a question, please feel free to ask. It is an important part of growth. It is an important part of business. It is the beginning of a successful business, is to ask a lot of questions. One of the things I did when I first got started, I did not go to college. Wasn't that bright. Kind of didn't like the teachers and thought I knew it all. I worked in 39 different restaurants before I started my first restaurant. On my tax returns, which y'all don't know about that yet, but you will, I literally had 39 W-2s. Some of those teachers know how funny that is to hear that statement. The reason for that is I wanted to know what it was like to work in different restaurants before I opened my first restaurant up. I ended up owning one of the largest closed market environment restaurant concepts in the Southeast. I had about 40 operations in Charlotte, 26 in Jacksonville, Florida, and 18 in Nashville, Tennessee, with a 5,000 square foot commissary in each one of the cities, and we would deliver to the restaurants on a daily or weekly basis. I tell you all of that because I started right where you are, and I'm going to ask you a question. What are you going to do after school today? In your mind right now, every one of you have, some of y'all going to say, I'm going to go home and eat me peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and chips. I'm going to go home and get me some pizza, because pizza is delicious. But I want you to think through that for what are you going to do? What is it you want to do? Then I want you to take that just a little bit further and ask yourself, what are you going to do the second day of summer? What is it you want to do? What interests you? I don't care what it is. In my case, I'm going to get on a jet ski and zip around, make some of those circles and that kind of stuff. What are you going to do second day of summer? What is it you want to do? Both of those are what in business we call short-term goals. I'm suggesting that you need to give yourself a goal when you get out of school. My goal was to own a small business. My goal was to own a restaurant. I'm not suggesting you know how to achieve that goal today. Matter of fact, if you're going to limit yourself to a goal that you know you can achieve, you're thinking too small. For example, when I first got started and opened up my first restaurant inside of an office building, it was a small little sandwich shop. I don't want y'all to be impressed. I worked hard, opened up at 6 in the morning and closed it at 3 o'clock. It was just me making sandwiches all day long, 5 days a week. But the goal for me was I wanted a home on the lake and a Cadillac in the garage. That's a cool goal, don't you think?
That's a good goal.
Here's the problem. I reached that goal at age 30, which means I wasn't thinking big enough. That's why I don't want you to worry about how to get there. I want you to think about what it is you want. If you will do that, I promise you, I absolutely promise you, you will find a way to get there. And here's the secret. Find one of us. Where's Blake? I lost it. There you go. Depends the industry that you like. Find a mentor. Find somebody to help you. And the only thing you have to do is tell them what that goal is. I can remember, I worked for a Greek guy. I don't know if you guys know about Shomars or not. His name was George Crushell. But I went to George Crushell and I said, I want to own a restaurant. That was the best day that I ever made. I didn't realize it was a goal, right? Well, I told him to the right guy. He helped me get there. You can do the same thing. Find that person that is doing what you want to do and tell them you want to do it. I can assure you, it's fun and easy to get there. Don't think about everything you have to do in between. You're going to hear some stories of all of the challenges that all of us have had to get there. I can assure you of this. If you will absolutely open your mind to what it is you want, you'll get there. How many of you, just a show of hands, parents or family members own a small business? Raise your hand. About 7, 8 of you. Now, keep your hands up. Now, how many of you, your parents or family or friends, work for a company that has less than 20 employees? The future is in small business. There are 455,000 small businesses in North Carolina. 398,000 are small businesses with 20 employees or less. The odds are you're going to work for somebody who owns a company with less than 20 employees, or you're going to be the owner of that company. What I want you to hear today, what I want to kind of get you to see, is that you do not have to have a 4-year degree. I've got a sister with a master's degree from Boston University. I've got a brother with a master's degree from Columbia University. I've got another brother who is very successful with a degree. And I can assure you, every one of them will say, while they were out learning how to make money, I was actually doing it. You don't have to have a degree. You got a question? Say what? I couldn't hear you, I'm sorry. Do I have a business card? Yes, sir. It's in the form of that book back there. Go grab one for yourself. Thank you for asking. And so, what I want you to see is that there's other ways to reach your goal. There is a number one direction that will be the most successful goal to being a millionaire. And believe me, being a millionaire is not that hard to do. You know how I became a millionaire? I'm going to tell you, it's real simple. I was going to buy 10 homes worth $100,000 a piece. $1 million. Oh, now let me make it a little bit simple. I didn't have $100,000 for each one of those homes. The bank would give you the $100,000. All you got to do is rent them out. You got yourself $1 million. That was my goal. I'm not suggesting you do the same thing. I'm suggesting everybody can find a way to get what it is they want to do and how they want to get there. Let me get back on track. So there are a bunch of successful industries that will make people millionaires in the future, and here's where they are. Plumbers, electricians, chimney sweepers, janitorial companies, and don't make fun of people cleaning toilets, because I've made a whole lot of money cleaning toilets. I owned a closet manufacturing business, one of the funnest business I've ever owned was manufacturing closet. I took a raw product and created something out of nothing. That raw product was a $32 piece of melamine, which is a laminated piece of wood. Quite frankly, that's exactly what this is made out of. And sold an average closet of $3,500 a piece. Didn't need a college education for that. And I can give you a great list of different industries that you can own and or work in and do not need degrees. But let me tell you what you do need. You've got to be willing to roll up your sleeves and work for it. That's what's important. You're going to hear from some of the others, that's what we do. And when there's a problem and when there's a mistake, and we all have them and we all make them, you've got to figure out a way to get up in the morning and make things happen again. That's why I'm here. I want to tell you there's a way to get to where you want to go. I want to help you get there. The others here are going to want to help you get here. Your teachers want to help you get there. I promise you this. I know Coral Riley wants to help you get there, and I know she's got the knowledge and experience to help you get that. That is whatever you want it to be. There's this inspiration that only you can give yourself. You know, I've got a small business radio show that we do. I like to say, if it's Friday morning, your business matters. That sounds good, didn't it? I do that every Friday. You like that, didn't you? It's a good one. You've been on the show. And the truth is, what I like to tell people we like to do is inspire, motivate, and inform. Your job is to find somebody in your life that wants to do that with you. It's amazing how all you have to do is ask.